Hey y'all, it's time for another Down and Down, a rabbit hole
Yay!
podcast.
Everybody said, hey, yay!
Hey, and I am Jack, and with me is my co-host,
I'm Buck with my
and
co-host Jack.
correct, Jack and Buck and Buck and Jack.
Yeah.
And we have some special people with us. We have my wife. You say your name.
Jill.
Okay. And we have Buck's wife.
Hi, I'm Doe.
You're what?
And
Doe, a deer, a female deer.
No,
you're a
Doe,
rabbit.
Doe, a rabbit, a female rabbit.
And as always, our dear and close friend, but also my sister from another mister, Miss Beverly.
Beverly.
There
Hey,
you
y'all.
go. Hey, hey. So, how's everybody been? What going on?
It's been going on. It's been a busy time this week.
Sure enough. Time is
It's
flying.
it's been a lot. It has been a lot, and I don't know. I feel like just when everything starts to kind of calm down, it gets like crazy again. And as y'all can tell, I hadn't completely got my voice back from last week.
From last week. I love that you say last week, and we just recorded that like 2 days ago.
Well, because this last week as this being put out.
Upon the time of this recording.
Way to ruin the magic, Buck.
What
Right.
magic?
No,
We're
no.
producing AI slop. What magic?
According to our comments on
Our
YouTube,
our two guys that have commented on our YouTube page.
and they both said the same thing, which allows me,
AI slop.
which makes me think y'all are no better than AI Slap because you're just putting out the things that you've all heard. So, you know,
Just to clarify, we just want to be anonymous people, but we don't have the means to hire illustrious illustrators that can really bring to life the rabbits that we are. And
yeah,
so we rely on what means we have available, which would be
yes,
Envato. So
for now.
for now, Envato and ChatGPT.
And ChatGPT, yes, correct. But it is what it is. And so did everybody else is really quiet. Why are y'all being so quiet?
We're tired.
Oh,
They
But
haven't been
yeah,
well,
prompted to talk.
I guess no, I guess not. You have to say their name and push the button and the AI button for those characters to talk.
Yep. Funny, that's
Well,
not what we're talking about today.
not at all, at all. In fact, have y'all heard the news? Have y'all heard this? Okay,
what?
hold
I
on.
don't think I have. I think I'm out
I
the loop.
okay, hold on. Wait a minute. I got the latest lady whistle down right here. Let me read it.
Dearest gentle reader, well, listeners, it has come to this author's most eager attention that within a certain well-appointed borough, tastefully adorned, though perhaps slightly overrun with children and questionable opinions, a most intriguing assembly has gathered. At the center of this evening's discourse, we find none other than Jack, sharp of wit, bold of antler, and never one to shy away from a dramatic declaration. At his side, his ever-loyal co-host, Buck, whose steady sensibilities are, one suspects, the only thing preventing total and delightful chaos. But what is a gathering without distinguished company? Gracing us with her presence is Jill, Jack's beloved wife, whose charm and poise are matched only by her keen observations. Alongside her, the lovely Doe, Buck's better half, whose quiet elegance should not be mistaken for a lack of insight. And of course, the ever enigmatic Beverly, a dear friend whose contributions are sure to be memorable. And what scandalous subject has drawn such a company together, you ask? Why, none other than the town's most irresistible indulgence, romance, reputation, and all the delicious drama of Bridgerton. From whispered glances to public disgrace, no detail shall escape scrutiny this evening. So prepare yourselves, dear listeners, for commentary as sharp as a well-timed insult and opinions as bold as midnight confession. For once the music begins, there will be no turning back from this rabbit hole. Yours truly, Lady Whistledown.
Down and down the rabbit hole. Just how deep does it go? Where it stops, nobody knows. So let's go down the rabbit hole. Down and down the rabbit hole. Down and down the rabbit hole.
All right. So, Bridgerton. Now, I'm going to say, I think in a past episode I said I've never watched Bridgerton, and that was true. Um, Between that and when Doe was here, when they were all here, but Doe had mentioned in the Stranger Things episode that when we were talking about the series finales, that and we were trying to name ones that might have been as big. She said something about Bridgerton them, and it got me to thinking that with as popular as Bridgerton is, it might make a good episode. And since Jill has been trying to get me to watch it anyway, I was like, okay, we'll watch it. And so we crammed all of it in about a month.
Gosh.
Strangely enough, some of the Bridgertons did that too.
Well, um, true. But we got it. We would watch a little bit almost every night when we could, and right about the time that they put the last half of the new season out, we were there. Like we caught up, and then we just kept going. So it was crazy. It was a lot of sex and fomance. That's fake romance crammed into a month, but it was definitely something. And I will not say that I didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed it.
I feel like there's a caveat to that.
No, I did. I mean, I did. I would not have ever probably watched it had it not been for Jill. That's not the type of thing that I would typically go for.
Absolutely. I am in the same exact boat. I remember I think it was right after the second season, Doe had been watching it, and I think one of the big reasons she was drawn to it was because, tell me if I'm wrong, dude. It was produced by the same person who produced Grey's Anatomy, which you're a huge fan of. Was that the reason you
Shonda
gave it a shot?
Rhimes.
Yeah.
hmm
Is that why you gave it a shot though?
No, it was so it blew up really big in during COVID in 2020, and it went crazy on TikTok. So I had already kind of known about it, but I didn't want to get on the trend during 2020 and COVID year. And so I think I watched it, yeah, when the second season came out. I binge watched the first season and then started the second season, and I was hooked.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was
love
what
I
I
love
did. I
Jonathan Bailey.
started the second season. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a
Um,
whole Bridgerton musical on TikTok that got, they got sued. That was fun. But
Oh, I
that was
remember that.
I
That's
that was
forgot
the
about
first
that.
thing I got into.
I had zero interest in it at all. I did not even
Yeah.
want to give it the time of day. Um, Not because I thought it was going to be bad. It was just not my cup of tea. And really, it's still not my cup of tea when it comes down to my like
But
things I
it's tea
used to go
time.
for. Right. It's just
Bridgerton, British stuff.
it's just
What's on there?
not really like a thing that I. It's not a thing that I'm generally attracted to as far as like my interests go. However, I gave it a shot and I enjoyed it. I think the main reason I enjoyed it wasn't because of necessarily the storytelling, which is odd for me because I generally do like that. And it is good. The storytelling is, but it is filled with melodrama that just doesn't seem. It's like supposed to be realistic drama, but it's also this crap wouldn't have happened to this degree in real life
Mm.
drama
It's a Shonda
also.
Rhimes show. Nothing
Right.
that she
Which,
writes is
right. Because Grey's Anatomy, man, like it,
based in
I don't
reality.
know how that much crap can happen to one woman. But anyway, I
Well,
digress. We're not talking about that show. Um,
since you're kind of hitting around it, we just did a our bad adaptations,
right.
and would you consider this a bad adaptation
No.
Of history
of the books?
of the books. I don't know. I haven't read the books. So I think there's only two people here who have actually read any of them, right? Okay,
Yeah, I like
Joe
The
the
first
and
two.
series. Yeah, I like the series better than the first two books because I watched the
Mm.
first two seasons before I went and read the books, and I liked the seasons in season one and two better than I liked Anthony's book and Daphne's book. But but I had read um Penelope and Colin's book and Eloise and Philip's books before the seasons came out. So I and Benedict and Sophie's. So I was really excited about their seasons. A little mad that we aren't getting Eloise's season as quickly as we thought, but
well,
you
we'll
know.
touch on that on
Yeah,
why
they're
we
kind of
think
out of.
that's going to happen.
What about you, Jill?
Um, I like the books. For me, I was not and still am not complete like sold out Bridgerton fan. I like Bridgerton, but I really love period drama and I like historical drama. And one reason I didn't like Bridgerton at first was because to me it didn't seem historically accurate at all. The blind casting was a little much. The costuming was too flashy for the time period. And I just was like, this is not period. So I actually watched the first episode and then didn't watch it for like 3 months and then came back and watched it. So what I like about I saw that to say what I like about the books was they feel more historically accurate than the show, which just feels really shiny and kind of modern um, than what the books were. But is it a bad adaptation? I don't think it's bad yet. I think it's getting worse.
So, in our bad adaptations, we talked about how a lot of times the casting is off because they don't represent the characters that are in the books. Meaning, well, we are getting to where genders are just being swapped, but also races are getting swapped around a lot. And so for me, knowing that I haven't read the books, but I did do research. I like to do research. I'll research before I read, and was like looking up what the characters are described as, and I'm like, oh, none of these characters look like except for maybe the Bridgertons
Yeah.
and like the
Only some of
Featheringtons.
them.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and the Featheringtons, well, specifically like Penelope, but the rest of them have all been race swapped into other races to create. And so I started looking into that, and it was purposeful. They said it was purposeful to create like this modern, what I guess they would consider like this modern perfect version of what history was, because that would not have been the way it was in history. And so, yes, the books are a little more historically correct in their pairing, I guess. And so, because I was like watching, and I was like, it's not even blind casting because they cast the whole families to look like, you
Hmm.
know, like in the newest season, they were kind of an Asian family.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
then the one before that, they were an Indian family, or two
Right.
before that, they were Indian
Yeah.
family. And
Third season,
so,
I guess, was probably closer to
yeah,
like actually depicting. the people the way they were supposed to.
Right.
And
Mhm.
I guess it's not really blind casting as much as
That's
like
what
an
I'm saying.
intent. Yeah, it's an intentional like world change.
Yeah.
Wh- and like it because it's like this whole meta thing in it. It almost doesn't bother me as much as it could if we just had like one character that we gender swapped or race swapped or whatever. You know what I mean?
Sure. But it
But
does still make it a bad
yeah, it
adaptation.
does, and it still sucks whenever they do that. Um, but at least they made something make sense rather than just ignoring that they did it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And because so many times it's just kind of like, oh well, Jim Gordon's black, but we didn't we didn't come up with any real reason for like
For
why
the
that
swap.
makes sense in the world or whatever. But in this, I mean, you get the whole like great experiment thing, which at least gives me like some investment into,
Sure.
hey, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, but still, technically a bad adaptation. Um,
And not historically accurate.
Yeah.
Obviously not historically accurate. Yeah.
Yeah.
That did not happen. It's almost like it's an alternate reality.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of is.
Beverly, what do
Um,
you think about that? Like about that whole aspect of it?
It does
Like,
not bother me. But I also have not read the books.
yeah.
And normally when I read a book, I want it to depict the book.
Hmm.
But none
That
of that
lack of
matters to me.
knowledge.
I'm not like a stickler on like it being historically accurate or like them sticking to like each description of each character as long as the actor or actress is bringing that part to life and has me engaged. I don't really
Or at least doesn't ruin it
care
for
about it.
you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I will say season 4 is not my favorite season, but I'm not mad at it.
You're
But I
mad
wanted a
at
little
it.
bit more.
you're mad at it or you're not mad at
I'm
it?
not mad at it, but
Not
I
mad.
wanted a little bit more.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think we'll get more into that.
Well, I think we're
Um,
about to have the worst season next time, but we'll see
yeah.
how that
Well,
goes.
I think for me, so I really enjoyed Charlotte. So I watched all of Bridgerton
Mhm.
and
Hmm.
Charlotte in that amount of time.
Which is
Queen Charlotte was a
not a
good
thing
It was
at
Yeah.
all
great.
in the books.
season.
Yeah. So
So what you're
Mhm.
Charlotte
saying?
isn't really
No.
hardly mentioned in the books, right?
No,
No,
not really.
like at all.
So their
Mm-mm.
inclusion of her is something completely different. And I think that the actress plays her very well. But Charlotte was a real person in history. And as
Mhm.
much as they tried to say that she was of she was a POC, person of color, the that comes from one source, and he traced it back to like her ninth grandmother or something like that was of African heritage or something like that. And so I'm pretty sure she was pretty white in appearance, but either way, I don't think she looks the way that Charlotte does in the show. But I think the actress did a really good job. That said, I actually really enjoyed Charlotte
Hmm.
more probably than I did Bridgerton.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
same.
Yeah,
And that's saying a
Interesting.
lot because it's only got one season, what, 6 episodes or something?
yeah,
Eight
and
episodes,
it's
maybe?
going to come out, and the next season it has another one about to come out, or they're
Oh,
filming
okay.
it or something. They're working on a second season for that.
They're
I've
working
heard.
on something. Yeah, but I
Yeah,
think it's probably because you saw the entire story like as a whole. You got to see
maybe.
their beginning and kind of where they're going towards their end. You saw
Sure.
it was like the entire
I
I
think
just thought the
relationship.
also
story was better.
I
I
do
just
too.
thought it was a better story, and historically, I felt like it like that part didn't even bother me so much that they added the great experiment and all that. Yeah, they did take that out of historical
Some liberties.
context, but it did feel like it could have happened. Like that could have been a thing. But then like they kept everything about him being mad and they elaborated on that, and I appreciated that because that was a lot of who he was. And
Yeah.
I don't know, I liked it. I felt like the
I liked
costuming fit better, like everything just seemed more real.
I liked
Maybe.
watching the friendship of Danbury and
Yeah.
Charlotte kind of
Mhm.
grow. I felt like it was more
You're
about
right.
them than it was the romance, which to me
Hmm.
meant more.
And to give it a
Yeah.
lot more
Huh.
context,
Yeah.
I have to go back
switching
and
up
Yeah.
each
rewatch it.
character.
because I definitely felt like it was more about the romance than it was about the friendship. But it's been
Interesting.
it's been a
I
while
mean,
since I saw
the
it.
the relationship is there, but they do spend a whole lot of time apart, and they do try to. She's trying to fix it to where they're trying to get back to get make it a romance and
Hmm.
all this kind of stuff. But she becomes very dependent and relying on Lady Danbury during that time, and it builds their friendship, and you get to watch that grow.
I mean, that's true. I mean, I do
So
remember that. I think I still remember. Maybe I just remember the romance parts more than anything. Also, Danbury kind of had her little like side, or her little
yeah,
side
Mhm.
quest
yeah,
where
side
she
story.
was a side piece. But like,
Yeah, she was.
and
Spoiler alert.
yeah,
And it was
um,
nice to see Brimsley too, like that relationship
Yeah.
between her and Brimsley, like and how it
that's
started
true.
and how it like, evolved. That was really cool to see.
Yeah.
I will
I
say
Oh,
love
this
Brimsley.
about Brimsley also. Um, while I do get, I kind of have a lot of eye roll moments when we put like same-sex relationships in period pieces because they try to make it seem like it's
accepted.
well, no, more common than I think it really was.
No.
Yeah.
Because there's this whole idea that no, it's there've always been this many people like this, and I don't believe that. And the whole reason that we didn't know it was because they were all staying in the closet or whatever. And I just don't believe that there have always been this many people. Um, I think there's a lot of like popularity behind it. Whether or not that's offensive or not, I really do think that is the case.
Yeah.
But what I
It's a
appreciate
social
about
contagion. There's a
yeah,
social contagion aspect to it. Yeah.
but what I
There might have, and I'm
appreciate
sure there
about
were
it,
a lot in the closet until
yeah, there
somebody found the
it probably
key.
did happen. Yeah,
Somebody found the
like
key to the closet and opened it. But
yeah.
um,
But with
And
this,
they found
I do
Narnia.
appreciate I can't remember the other like the king's like servant guy. I can't remember his
Man,
name.
yeah,
I don't
But
remember his
I
his
do
name's
appreciate the
Brimley's
fact
boyfriend.
Brim Brimsley's boyfriend.
Mostly
Yep.
boyfriend.
Um, but I appreciate that it was totally a secret thing.
Yeah,
Like it
because that's how it
wasn't
would have had to
like,
been.
and there wasn't a, oh, we must be okay with this subplot kind of thing.
Right.
Like, and
His name was Reynolds.
Yeah,
Reynolds.
Reynolds. That was it.
Um, so
Reynolds.
I do appreciate that aspect of it. It wasn't like every other gay or lesbian relationship that happens in media now. It didn't feel
Right.
like it was about, oh, we're gay and you must like this because we're gay. It just felt
Yeah.
like it was just kind of
I
part
didn't
of what
necessarily need to see
happened.
them in the bathtub and stuff, but I will say, I will say that I kind of, having watched Charlotte, I kind of miss seeing Reynolds in Bridgerton. Like I'd like to see. I don't need a whole plot. I don't need a whole, but I'd like to see, is he still alive? Is he, where is
No,
he at this
he's not
point?
alive. You didn't get that he's dead at the end whenever Brimsley's dancing by himself.
Well, I saw him dance by himself, but it didn't necessarily mean
I'm
he was
pretty sure it's
dead.
supposed to imply that he's dead. At least that's what I took from it. Let's see what Google's consensus is. Did
I didn't
everybody
get
else
that
get
either.
that?
I mean,
Mm,
I figured. I mean, took it as like, yeah, he's gone, he's not there, but I don't know if I necessarily thought he's dead.
Yeah, I just thought he just wasn't there. Like he's with the king, and the king is always in hiding,
that's
kind
how
of.
I got it.
I also love the fact that everyone started putting together that that's the same king as in Hamilton.
You'll be back.
Yeah, like I just love that people get to see two sides of the same character, you know, and two interpretations of the same character. It's really fun.
Nope. Okay, so I'm wrong. While this is AI Google overview, so take it with a grain of salt. But while the scene of older Brimsley dancing alone in Queen Charlotte is heartbreakingly ambiguous, creator Shonda Rhimes confirmed that Reynolds is alive. The
Okay.
scene is intended to show that their intense dedication to royal service rather than death separated them over time. So maybe we will see him. Who knows?
So,
Mm.
yeah, because I didn't get that he was dead. It was in that, because I didn't think that that was in a place where they would be together anyway. dancing especially. But
Mm.
um, but so I want to know what was everyone's favorite season of Bridgerton? Toad's smiling because she's already got an answer, so you might as well go on ahead.
My favorite
It's
was season 2
every other girl's favorite
until
season.
season 3 came out. And I love Penelope and Colin. I love them so much. And I really enjoyed the fact that that was the first one that I felt like followed the books like to a T. Until
Mm.
this past season, I feel like Benedict's season really followed the books very well. But I love Colin. Colin's one of my faves. Until
Mm.
Eloise's season come out, and then that one will most certainly
If
be
they
my
if they
favorite
stick to
season.
the story that you know anyway.
True. I need the scene where all the brothers come and like beat Philip up. I really need that scene in
Do
my
they
life. I need
actually
it to
beat him up?
happen. They pretty much do, yeah.
Mm. So, well, we'll do what? Okay. So at supper time in our family, we do what we call our happy crappy, and it's your high point of your day and then your low point of your day. So your happy is your obviously your high point, your crappy. So I want to know. So you had your favorite season. Which was your least favorite? What's your happy crappy? What you that's your favorite? What's your least favorite season so
I don't
far?
like the first season.
The first season.
I don't like it's a hot take. I don't like Simon. I think he's a jerk. I don't like anything about him. And I don't know.
Aren't all the guys kind of jerks in the books?
Yeah, Colin's not. Colin's a sweetie. He's just ignorant. But Anthony's a jerk in the books. Benedict, it was very
Anthony's a
similar to what he got,
Anthony's a
what
jerk
how
in the
he
show.
was. Yeah, he is. But
Bennett
I never liked Simon.
Benedict could be considered, I think, very jerky until his season.
Well,
And
you don't. Oh, yeah. In the books, he's not really there. Jill can also attest to this that the rest of the characters aren't really in the books that much. You like hear about them here and there, but they're not
Yeah.
as prevalent and like big as characters as they are in the TV show.
mm.
Mm-mm.
So the family's like a little more tight knit in the show than it was in the books, maybe. Okay.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
you rarely hear about the other characters. Like Danbury, you never heard about Danbury until Colin's book. Like she
Oh,
really wasn't there.
Mm-mm. The family's close, but the other characters you don't really hear about them.
Mm-mm.
You hear of them, but you don't like have they don't there's not a lot of interaction with them.
No. It's
s-
about those characters that the book's about.
Right.
And everyone else is kind of like mentioned
A
here and
side
there.
character, yeah.
Yeah.
so so three is your favorite,
Mhm.
and one is your least favorite. All
Yes.
right. We'll go to Jill. What is your happy crappy here? Favorite, least favorite.
3 is also my favorite because I like Penelope a lot. And I also don't like Simon. He he gets on my nerves, especially in the book. But I think that season 4 is my least favorite. It felt like there was so much hype.
Really?
I felt like there was so much hype and they hyped it up and then it was just like very anticlimactic. And I haven't read that book yet, so maybe it does fit really well with the book and maybe I would just be disappointed in the book in general and everything. But for me, I was like, this doesn't like this story kind of sucks. And I felt like it could have been really good and then it was just kind of
Don't
disappointing.
tell
But
Disney that.
Beverly.
well, it
Oh,
no, Cinderella was a little different. I mean,
It's Cinderella, and then they expanded on it. Cinderella, and then like, hey, here is the erotic aftermath. That's the season.
I mean, it is based heavily off of the Cinderella story,
At least the
It
first
is.
episode is
but
yeah.
it goes down some other areas too that I
erotic
think
aftermath.
I think maybe if they had stuck with the actual Cinderella story, it would have been better. But
Yeah.
she went in some other directions. But
Cinderella wasn't an illegitimate daughter.
yeah, she wasn't. Yeah,
True.
and she would have been essentially like the heiress. Like she would have been
Right. Which is
the
what I thought they were going to do. And then they didn't. And I was like, why didn't they just do that? That
yeah,
was better
Right.
which
Obviously,
felt a
story.
little.
there's some liberties, but but it's very heavily like inspired by Cinderella, and you can tell that it is. Even in the book, she
Well,
looks
they
like
say it. They say
Cinderella.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the
I
book, she
liked that
looks
part
like
of it.
Cinderella.
Yeah, I liked that part of the story. I was excited about that. And I thought the whole show was good. Like the first half, the season was good, and then the second half, it was just kind of like it just drug
Right.
out and drug out and drug out, and then it was just anticlimactic. But
Well, yeah, in the books, it just moves a little quicker because he has the glove, and like the glove is a central point for most of like the first part of the book. He's going around looking for the person who had the glove, and then they find out who owns the glove, and then like they added in pieces of that to the series, but like the whole part of her and like the jail and stuff that felt more climactic in the book than it did in the TV show. Like in the TV show, she was
mm,
in jail for like a night, and it was like
yeah,
okay,
Yeah.
but in the books, like she was in there for a while, and then yeah, Violet and Benedict come in and like get her out of there, and that whole interaction, like there was no judge, like that courtroom scene didn't happen. Everything happened in the jail, and like the
Mm.
bathtub
mm,
scene, like he took her out of the jail and they went home, and he was like cleaning her off because she had been in there. She was filthy. She was dirty. Like it wasn't them separated into rooms, like that whole thing didn't happen in the book. So
So Beverly, what's your
it's just
happy
interesting.
crappy?
3 was definitely my happy because I love Lady Whistledown. But 4, I agree with you, Jill. 4 was my crappy. I just felt like it didn't. It started off good, but I felt like it was just like, meh. Like it
Mm.
just kind of ended, not really with a
With a bang.
twist, a plot,
Well, that's a lot of
something,
banging.
We had
something that
to
Yeah.
was
say
like,
after the credits to.
oh, like that was
Yes.
there.
I did think that was an interesting choice
Yeah, I didn't
to
like
like
that.
have the
Well,
wedding post credits.
yeah,
Right.
But
because
it's the
yeah.
first time we've had a happy wedding where nothing else has like gone awry.
Or actually
all the
saw the
awry
wedding.
done happened.
Yeah.
They should have at least they could have at least made it the last scene. Like
Right.
it's like more of an
And
afterthought
matter
than anything.
we actually missed it because we
We didn't
We
the
watch
didn't
the
the
know.
credits started
credits.
rolling and we didn't know, and so we didn't find out until like later, and we were sitting there talking, and we were like, they didn't even actually get married in this season, did they? What happened? And then she was like, let me look it up, and she was like, oh, it says it's in like mid credits, so we had to go and find it.
Yeah,
Uh,
we didn't know it was like a whole Marvel film that we had to sit through the credits and watch the extra scene.
But I just felt like they could have made it better. Like they literally made her quote unquote legit by a simple conversation in the room.
It
Like
didn't
there
make
Right.
couldn't be like
sense.
a real like
yeah.
story as to why she was legitimate or why she
Mm.
was worthy of marrying this gentleman. It was just like, cause
Yeah.
we said so. Now
Mm.
hush your
Yeah,
mouth and
Yeah. She's a
y'all
cousin,
gonna get married.
so she's
yeah.
a cousin now. Yeah.
It
Uh,
In fact, I like missed it, and I was like, "Wait, what happened?" Like, what?
was
I was so
literally a
confused.
conversation. Mama
mhm.
Bridgerton said, and she legit. And then the next thing they was getting married and after the credits. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because it was
But
that easy. Y'all made
really,
it seem like they had to move to the countryside and never see y'all again. Is what you said.
I don't remember their names, and I know y'all gonna probably jump on me and correct me, but that's okay. I don't care. What was the I know it ain't crabapple, but it's something like that. The s- the servants from the countryside. I'm glad
Oh,
that they
Crabtrees.
Crab trees.
Crab
crab trees.
trees, but I like
Crab
crab
apple.
apples better.
I was glad that they like actually got to be at the wedding though, because you get to see them there.
Well, it
It's
was
a
at my cottage.
Yeah, but I
So they
mean,
have to be there.
they do, but I mean, they didn't necessarily have to be able to get to stay out there. It was nice that they were
So,
included.
yeah,
I guess. But what's your happy crappy season wise?
Hold on, can I say I love the I don't remember what his name is, but the servant, Sophie.
Oh
I
yeah.
Oh
loved
yeah,
him. He
So
was my
bad.
favorite part of the whole
That
season.
was that was a good
bless
character.
his little gay heart.
I think
Sophie.
that was a lot of people's favorite character. Um,
I loved him so much.
do you say Buck? What's your favorite or Happy Crappy or whatever?
yeah,
I thought you
season
said
wise.
Butt, and I didn't realize you were talking to me.
Buck.
Wow.
My favorite season is season
Sophie.
one. Um,
Hmm.
because I like the drama. It's not just because I think Simon is a crappy character or whatever. I do like Simon. I think I like to be frustrated with him. Does that make sense?
You
Like
love to hate him.
Not at all.
kind of, I mean, not I mean, I kind of understand like his perspectives on some of his choices. Like if he was that traumatized by his dad growing up, I kind of get it. Like, and he made a vow and he didn't want to, you see what I'm saying?
That was a
Do I
crappy
agree
vow.
with it?
He made
Do
a
I
vow. He
agree
didn't
with
even
it?
make that. He made a vow to himself that he
Well, he
wouldn't
made a
have
vow to
children.
his
And
dying
then
dad.
That's not really
disclosed
a
that
you
vow to his
to a
But
son.
man he hated.
I ain't saying it's right. I'm saying I understand. Like, and I think, um,
The real villain of that season was Violet because she did not tell her children about sex. Then she started talking
He
about
said,
dogs.
"Figure it out."
She started talking about dogs in the yard and didn't give any context.
He said,
but
"Figure
I'm
it out."
sorry. I'm
Okay.
Poor
sorry.
girl.
Like, I have a hard time picking a crappy, because every season has them. Like, has
Well,
unbelievably terrible moments.
well, the point is
Uh,
picking your favorite season, your least favorite
I
season.
don't have a least favorite season.
Oh,
They're all his
Because
least favorite season.
no, I like Bridgerton. I enjoy it. But there are moments in every single thing that they're equally moments in every single season that I'm like, ugh, that sucks. And I think that the reason the reason season one is my favorite is because I had less of those. And
hmm.
so like I'm gonna tell you the truth, every single time that Kate says, there will not be a moment that you vex me, I roll my freaking eyes every single time. Good gosh, it's a terrible dialogue. And like,
There's not a moment that you don't vex me
The Indian girl with an English name.
because she's
anyways,
not supposed to be
She's
Indian.
not supposed. Exactly, I know.
Supposed to be Sheffield.
Also, that whole storyline never happened in the books. He never went after her sister. That was never there.
Oh,
but
No.
so yeah, like every time that she said that, I was like, ugh, like, like the first time was fine, but she says it like four other times, and the like, oh, we love each other scene was cringy. Like, I don't know what to say except I love you too. It's just so bad. It's so bad, and like, um, so and there are other things like Benedict's whole subplot in season three is garbage. Like it's so garbage. Actually, his art subplot in season two, and his secret sex society subplot in season one, all terrible. Like Benedict's stuff sucks up until his season.
Baby,
And
he came out season 3. He
so
yeah.
like yeah. And and then the actually, like, I don't mind a lot of the Featherington stuff. Like the whole like Featherington subplot in season two where she's like, I'm a mom and I'm gonna pick taking care of my daughter. Like all that kind of built up to that moment. I was like, oh yeah, that's great. Like even though she did a terrible thing, but it's just kind of like, hey, I'm taking care of my daughters. Um
I do
but
love Portia. She's
yeah.
hilarious.
Though
Mm-mm.
even though she's kind of relegated to a very minor role in season four. I could have done without a good bit of what's the girl's name? And I think this is in the books. The girl that like
Marina.
that
oh,
yeah
Cressida.
seduce not Cressida.
Oh,
Cressida I could
oh,
almost do entirely without that character.
I can't stand her.
Um, like
And her
Marina.
pineapple looking hair.
the girl
Yeah, from the
that
first
But
season,
seduced
or
seduced
we have
Colin.
to have
I'm just kind of
Marina though.
like
But we have to have her for
I get it.
Eloise's season.
I get
but
that.
she's not that
She
early
needs to
on in
be
the
there.
books, though, right? She comes in later in the
Well,
books.
no, and technically she's the cousin of the Bridgerton, not the Featheringtons. She's
Oh,
nothing. She has nothing to do with the Featheringtons. She's the Bridgerton's cousin,
well,
technically.
I did not like her either. She got on my nerves.
So did
But
he fall for his cousin in the book?
Hmm? No, Colin. That was never a thing.
Oh, okay, okay.
So, Jack, what
I'm
happened?
Buck.
Oh, I know, I'm talking to myself.
Oh,
And I had asked everybody else your happy
Zach, what's
crappy.
your happy
Yeah.
crappy
Oh,
season?
Thank you, G.
thank you for asking, Jill. Um, actually, I'm with y'all. I think three was the best, and four sucked eggs. I
It
did not.
did.
I did not enjoy four. I did not enjoy Michaela. I did not enjoy um John
Michaela.
instead of
Michaela?
Michael.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I
that's
was
that's
like,
a
who's
criticism
that?
for me too.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
I didn't enjoy. Okay. So in every season, with the couple, the main couple of this of that season, there's one that I like and one that gets under my skin. Like, and most of them, the Bridgerton person is my favorite person. So,
Except for the
uh,
third season.
except for the third season, I like Penelope. And if I had to choose one for the fourth one, it would be Benedict. But they both kind of got on my nerves. I really couldn't stand the main girl in the fourth one. Colin got a little. He kind of got under
Sophie?
my nerves. Yeah, I didn't like her.
Sophie.
That's how I felt about her. Sophie. Um, but so that's how, and I've told Jill this. I was like, I like one and I over the other in every season. Um, I liked Daphne over the Duke, even though I like the Duke. I think he's okay. He does some really crappy things that I think are stupid.
Yeah.
Um, but but um, I liked her. I thought she was, a better character. I think, or a more likable character. I think Anthony is better than Kate. Kate gets under my skin in that.
Can I ask a
Not as
question?
not as bad as the fourth. I just don't like Sophie. But yeah,
Is
Sophie.
it Anthony or Antony? Because I'm
it might
pretty
be
Mama
sure
call him
and probably
Anthony.
It
it's
doesn't have an H.
It's Anthony. Okay, because like I'm been saying Anthony, and everybody here
I've
is
said
saying
both.
Anthony.
I've said both.
I say both, but
Not
I
here.
think
I'm gonna
technically it
call what
doesn't
his
have an
mama called.
H.
Violet said Anthony. That's what she
Okay,
Oh,
named
it
him.
does have an
His name is
H.
Anthony.
Yeah, it has an H, but they don't say it.
so
Because
they
they're
I
do
thought it
British.
pronounce
didn't
it
have an H.
The
Anthony,
British
and
thing.
Because they're
British
British.
people don't pronounce
So the name is
phs.
Anthony, but it's British, so they say Anthony.
I guess so. I didn't think it had an H to it.
Um,
But I'm
but
Could be
American.
wrong.
I'm
so one thing
American
I
Jacko.
have realized about
It does
Bridgerton,
have an H.
like in every single season, whenever the main romance is going on, they design it to where you will be frustrated with one of those characters. Every single one.
Sure, sure.
Like and what I've realized is that most people end up disliking the one that you get frustrated with. And
Well, Colin got under my skin from before. He
he's just
fell for
naive. Yeah.
Barry. He fell for every daggum Ponzi scheme and pyramid scheme or anything. He fell for it. You tell him the sky's green, he gonna fall for it. He gonna believe you.
What do you fall for other than Marina?
He fell for Marina. He started falling for the whole with
The Ruby Mine.
yeah. That I was like, it was having something give money to something. It was with the Featherington's cousin.
Right, but like a bunch of people fell for that, right?
But the rest they ain't all main characters. I don't know them characters. I don't know them
I don't.
people.
I mean, I
He's
get
the
it.
only one who was in the Bridgerton family who took money and was going to go give it to this dude. Because
Yeah.
he had fallen for Marina or whatever her name is, and it just felt like he's always also in their season. He was just very jealous. I felt like of Penelope's.
Debbling.
Hmm.
The suitor dude.
Yeah, Lord Dublin.
Yep.
Yeah, but also of her writing because he wants to be a
Oh
writer.
yeah.
So
Is
he
that
has
the reason he's upset? Did it end up saying he was
He
jealous?
says that. He tells her he's
Yeah.
jealous of her.
But it wasn't just that.
well,
No.
I pinpointed it way on earlier. I said he jealous. He jealous because she's writing. Whatever. And Jill was like, mm-hmm. And then he was like, I'm jealous.
But that was kind of like the whole makeup scene, right? It was like, I'm actually jealous of you. Like, isn't that? Yeah, that's
See, that was
who
what they
knows if he
added in the
really
show
meant
too.
that.
That wasn't like that in the
He
book.
meant that
Like,
Who
because
knows? He might
he
have
meant
just
it.
been trying to
No,
trying to.
this is not real life. It was written for him to really mean that.
We'll see.
We
I
we
guess
we,
we
we
won't
did
see.
see. We've seen it all. That's all
Guess
of
we'll
it.
never know
We know.
Well,
all the
and I think that,
mysteries.
oh my gosh.
You
In the
trying real hard.
book, the Bridgertons really rally around Penelope, and like that's like that whole thing happens at, what is it, Jill? It wasn't it. I think it was Benedict and Sophie's like engagement party or something where that came out,
She hasn't read
and
that book
like,
yet.
I haven't read that far yet.
oh, okay. Well,
I'm reading
yeah, I
that
think
one next.
it's at someone's engagement party, and like they found out that she's Whistledown, and then like Anthony and the Duke and Colin and Benedict, they all like rally around and explain, hey, this is what she's done. So it's like them having to like vouch for her, and they
Mm,
changed it in the TV series where it was more so like her doing her womanly duty, female empowerment, and I can speak up for myself,
mm,
like that, like that.
yeah.
That didn't happen in the books, but they made it.
Oh,
It
so
to me, it was like they
her whole
that whole thing didn't
addressing
happen.
everybody didn't happen. Ah,
No, no, it didn't happen.
hmm.
And then during that is when Eloise runs off to go see Philip. It's during the whole thing. So then she doesn't know
It's
that
not
she's
even in
whistled
their
down for like the
book.
entire. No,
That
no.
sucks.
No, it is in their books,
Okay.
but it
But
it it,
also,
it
it
didn't happen that way.
from my research, she continues to write as Lady Featherington without any problems, which does not
Lady
happen
Whistle
in the.
down.
Lady Whistledown. She writes as Lady
Sorry,
Whistledown.
yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. She writes as Lady Whistledown without there being any problems from it, like there is in the movie, like in the show.
hmm
Mm,
Yeah. Because
So
in Eloise's book, like it takes them weeks to find Eloise because she runs off during that engagement party. And so and that's the tension between Penelope and Eloise, is because everyone knows that she's Whistledown besides Eloise, her best friend, who has loved Lady Whistledown. It's like
mm.
that's the whole
Now in the
conflict that
show,
they ever have.
Eloise is the first person to find out that she's Whistledown. But in the book,
hmm
Colin is correct.
She's Yes. Colin follows her to her meeting site where she drops off her papers and
hmm.
finds her. And
So
then
they
the carriage
do.
scene happens on the way back.
So the show does make Colin seem less intelligent than he is in the books, essentially.
He likes to eat.
He
That's pretty
likes to
much how
eat.
he likes to eat. You always see Colin with a plate of food. Like that's how they describe him in the books.
That's
He
funny.
loves to eat.
That's very funny.
He loves to eat. That like that's his shtick. And he follows her because he knows that she's hiding something, and he thinks she's getting stolen. Like like that's the whole bit. And then he follows her into the church and sees her sitting there, and then sees her put something in like one of the um, books or something in the church. And then he goes and looks and sees what it is, and he follows her out, and they have this big fight. And then that's when the carriage scene happens, is on the way back from there.
After their fight.
hmm
So he
I
finds
think
out before they're married in the book.
hmm
That's also a
hmm
big
I
deal.
think obviously the titles of the books are supposed to be like punny and funny, but I get that they're punny or plays on other works.
Titles.
But do what?
I was just say titles, other
Oh yeah,
titles.
titles of other things. But I don't find them funny. I kind of think that they're not good. The
It's
titles of
kind of corny.
they're corny. That's what I think. They're trying to the Duke and I instead of the Prince and I, or the
Hmm.
King and I. Excuse me, the King and I, and the Viscount who loved me instead of the spy
Loved me.
who
hmm
loved me, and um,
See, I like Sir Philip with Love, just because Eloise's book is my favorite book. But
Mm.
instead of To
and
Sir with
Romancing
Love.
Mr. Bridgerton, I think is a good title.
Or from Russia with Love or whatever. What's the
To
Oh, is
book?
Sir
that
with
what it
To
is?
Sir with Love. To Sir with Love is an old movie. So
Mm-mm.
Sir Philip,
Oh,
Is it
I
based
didn't
off a
know
book?
that.
I don't know about that.
Because the only
Mm.
reason I ask is I think From Russia with Love is one of the original Bond books.
Well, To Sir with Love, I know I don't know if it was a book or not. I know it was a movie in like 1967. There's also the song To Sir with Love, which was real popular because it was the theme song for that movie.
Hmm.
So it would make sense if Sir Philip with Love, Sir to Sir is a play on that. But who knows? I don't know. I don't remember all the other ones' names, but
I feel like one of my big criticisms about the show in general is that everybody is pretty two-dimensional to me. Um,
It is a book.
it is a book.
It is.
Um, I mean, like, I guess you get a little bit more insight whenever you get into like particular people's like romance seasons or whatever. But I mean, essentially Penelope's entire thing, she's defined by I love Colin and I write whistle down and I'm fat.
I mean, what
And
else
like
is there?
and that I mean that I'm not trying to be mean. Like that is a part of her story. Like she's the one that like people think won't get married because she's overweight or whatever. And like which I actually thought that she prettied up a pretty good bit in season 3. Thought they did a great job of making her look very pretty. And but Anthony is like, "Oh, I gotta be the responsible one," and but I got this trauma with my dad getting stung by a bumblebee, and don't get me wrong, I know he died. I'm not trying to diminish that, but that is like what he's defined like by, like I'm the responsible one, blah,
Which
and everybody's
actually,
like,
in the book, he was not the one that was with the dad when he died.
Hmm.
right,
It was
Eloise was
Benedict and
correct.
Eloise.
Mhm.
Benedict and
Um,
Eloise.
I didn't realize Benedict was there. I haven't read any of the books, so I don't know anything about the books. I'm just so all of my judgments are based on the show. It's really easy for me to find a bunch of criticisms with it that I have, but I really do enjoy it. I think the cinematography is fantastic. The color scheming is really really good. And the acting is done well for the most
Just
part.
not accurate to history.
No, yeah, there's just I am suspending disbelief with historical accuracy. Um,
Because it's easier for you to suspend disbelief when it's on film than when it's on than when it's on theater.
I'm not saying it's not a criticism. And also,
I'm just throwing your own words back at you.
no, I mean you're throwing a thing at me about something that I clearly said that I do love. But
No, you
anyway,
said that you can just
I know
suspend
I said that I
disbelief.
love
Okay,
theater.
but I'm just saying that you
Right.
said
And that
but
is a criticism about this, just like it's a criticism about theater.
that
Um,
was one of the reasons why. So first of all, it's not something I would like. I don't get into the to like the romancy, lovey-dovey
mhm.
type things, but I also Jill was watching it and one day and it was the same thing. I looked at it and I thought them colors is way too young to bright and it just didn't feel real. And so I was like, why is everybody loving this? Because it looks so fake. And then I think this it was in like the first season, maybe the second. I know I watched the whole thing with Daphne and the pigs. I saw that scene. But then later, if y'all know what I'm talking about, where she like doesn't declare a winner and all that. And then later, I saw Penelope running to a desk to get something, and I think that had to do with the Marina subplot. But I didn't know that. So when I started watching it, I automatically thought that she was um, Lady Whistledown because I thought that she was running to hide her writings from the scene that I had seen before. So I guessed it off of false information.
That's
I
funny.
got the right answer with the wrong work. But but I don't know. So it's not already not being my favorite thing. I watching it did not. I thought it was a little too bright and too much, and so I was like, ugh. That's kind of how I felt until
I mean,
I started
it
watching.
is the are the colors really far off from like how it was back then?
They weren't as bright.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Like
I
they,
think the
they, they couldn't get things
fabrics,
that bright.
like I don't think they would have had sequined dresses like that, like the sequinedy fabrics and
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
beading
think
maybe, but not like that.
I think the historical accuracy thing that most people are actually like in the know on without having to like look it up and be like well versed on it. It's like clearly they would not have been they would not have been just walking around with their real hair out 100% of the time. Everybody had been looking like Queen Charlotte. Um, the dudes would have been wearing wigs also. The makeup would have looked gaudy as crap. Like that was just a aspect of the time. But most people know that. Like most people know that's what it was like back then. Um,
I
but
don't
like
know. They some folks.
yeah, well,
You know
some.
that. Do you know the day and age we live in?
I would actually say most people don't know that that's what it would have been like. I
Yeah.
think most people have no idea what it really. Most people couldn't tell you the difference in the 18th and 19th centuries, especially the early periods of those. Most people couldn't tell you when the Civil War was in the United States, and that's American history. So I don't think
Mm,
people really
I mean,
understand.
that's a fair
They don't. People
criticism
don't
right
know
there. I guess like
about that kind of stuff.
I just kind of, I mean, this was in the 1700s, right? Like,
This is supposed to
18.
be 1812,
Mm,
1818,
yeah,
Regency era.
which,
because I think doesn't Queen Charlotte die in like 1828 or something? It's like at the end of wherever we're at. She's supposed to like die
She dies in
here soon.
1818.
1818.
She
Yeah,
actually
she's supposed
dies
to die
before the
soon.
king.
Mhm.
so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe because I assumed it was in the 1700s. Maybe I'm thinking
Well,
more of
the way she
Victorian.
dresses, the way they dress Queen Charlotte does look like the
Yeah,
1700s.
Well, I thought
that
it
was her
was
time period.
1700s.
Yeah.
Um,
No, but the other women they have dressed more so in the style of the Regency era, which would be the early
what do
1800s.
they wear wigs
Hmm.
and gaudy makeup in the Regency era?
Not as
So it's
No, that
much.
was
actually
No.
more
more,
Marie
That's
Antoinette
yeah.
type
so
time
it's
period.
more accurate than I thought it was
Yeah.
when it
The
comes to
well,
that.
Yeah.
I mean, I
they,
think the
they
styles are very Regency, maybe not
Yeah.
Cressida, but like the Bridgerton dresses are the styled correctly. But I
Yeah.
think what Jill's saying is more like the fabrics are incorrect
Sure.
and the
it's
accessories and
it's a
stuff.
little bit
Yeah.
more garish, a little bit more
Yeah.
gaudy
They
than
definitely took the style and gave it a modern twist.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I
even
would
some of
say
the
a modern.
hairstyles and stuff, I think they gave
I
some of
would even
those a
say a
modern
more
twist too.
modern theatrical
Yeah.
Hmm.
twist by because it is very much something that you would see that's bright and
Mhm.
catches your attention from the stage. So it
Yeah.
feels a little more
I mean, and
theatrical.
obviously, more than likely, there was no wigs that had like aquariums in it either. And like,
No.
I don't think that actually
Swans.
happened, but
I was like, I don't
it sounds
remember
like
the
it'd be one.
aquarium.
Sounds like it'd been one.
Yeah.
But so I mean, clearly there's some stylistic freedom going on there. But I think yeah, most of us aren't really well versed on all that to kind of like be like, oh man, that pulls me out of it for the most part. Um, but
Honestly, that reels me in, like the bright colors and just watching to see what is Lady Danbury going to have on in this
Yeah.
scene, and what kind of outlandish hairdo is the queen going to have. Like
Sure.
that stuff kind of keeps me interested in the minor details of what's going on. I really don't care that it's not, central to the time, only because I am not a history buff. I'm
Sure.
not looking for that to be accurate, so I can't compare it to factual,
Sure.
time pieced apparel. But I do think they do a great job about like the wardrobe and keeping it cute but interesting.
I've never studied history in the buff either, but I definitely don't
Top.
think I definitely don't think that women would have worn the hats that Lady Danbury wears. I think once I got past that, I did suspend my belief to be like, okay, this is the world we've created. It's not the world that
Yeah.
was actually at that time. This is a made up version of that time period. I'm able to get into it and look at
Yeah.
things. But from the first time that I saw that little piece of the episode when Jill was watching it, I knew that it was a period piece by the clothing, but I could also tell that it wasn't correct. And it wasn't until I got into it and I was like, oh, okay, it's not meant to be actually real. But I do want to know this, since we've kind of talked about everybody's happy crappy as far as their seasons. Who are your favorite characters?
I like
Lady
Violet
Danbury.
Violet's your favorite?
Lady
and
Danbury.
Eloise, of course, and yes,
Oh,
Danbury.
Lady
I do like
Danbury.
Penelope. I do like Penelope.
Who's your least favorites?
I really
Who?
don't like Cressida. She's
Cressida's my
really
least.
Mm,
I
annoying.
can't stand Cressida.
I
I
almost
can't
don't
stand.
even really want to count her because she's such a minor character.
She's she grows over the seasons
I
to
mean,
be,
in that third season, she's more there than she was in the other two.
and then the second half of the fourth one, she had, you know,
Yeah,
a little more. Um,
I almost
she,
was like, why is
she
she back?
See,
yeah,
I feel
she.
like Queen Charlotte really got on my nerves this season. I didn't like her at all this season.
mm,
She just was annoying and whiny, and I didn't really
yeah.
like what how they were making her go
I don't
this
know. I
this
kind of
season.
was here for the Queen Charlotte Danbury stuff in this season.
I
Um,
feel like Queen Charlotte of Bridgerton and Queen Charlotte of Queen Charlotte are almost two different characters.
they are very different,
They don't feel like a conjoining person.
No.
but
Like
there's a
Mm-mm.
lot of
prayers,
time.
prayers, like that
Mhm.
that that whole thing in Queen Charlotte. She was so
Sorrows.
good.
Yeah.
Sorrows, prayers, and then no, I don't want you to leave me. Like
Have y'all seen where
I just
they
hate
took
it.
that scene where she's like, "You are my servant," or whatever it is? No, and
Subject,
they
yeah.
subject, yeah, and they put it with the king essentially
Yeah.
doing to her,
Oh yeah,
and
I've seen
Hmm.
that. I've seen that.
that was a good catch. I didn't catch it. That was a good catch, and I appreciate that. I like those kind of things.
Who is
Because
who is your favorite character? I
mine.
don't think you said.
I haven't. Okay. First of all, I really do love Lady Danbury. Um, but of the Bridgertons, Eloise is my favorite. Eloise is an ENTP, so I really like
She's the
Eloise.
goat. She's
Um,
awesome.
She feels a
yeah,
little. She feels more like an introvert to me.
because she likes to read.
No, because she doesn't like to be social at all.
She doesn't like to be on the dating scene. Like she doesn't want to be
In
out in
society.
public because she
Hmm.
doesn't
I
want
mean,
man.
that's
But
true,
when she
but
was like conversing with the other eligible bachelorettes or other women, like she was the life of the party. She was the one that was making everybody laugh and joke and about the
you talking about in
situation.
season three?
Hmm.
Season three, that's an
In season
act.
3 and in the
Like
beginning of the
she's
season.
she's doing all that because she's trying to like make a statement
You
with
do realize
Penelope.
that ENTPs are considered the most introverted extroverts.
Yeah, but she's not extroverted at all.
No, she is.
Unless it comes to a
I
man.
mean,
She's
she's
extroverted in her views and like her what she wants you to know
Right.
about
Like
her.
she wanted to travel the world and, she
I
just doesn't
mean,
want to be tied
she's
down by
kind of
marriage.
argumentative, which is more
I mean,
extroverted than introverted. She's
Tom is argumentative. Um,
introvert. I don't think an introvert would be the type of people to yell up the stairs.
at their family.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Daphne!
they will. I mean, we have extroverted children. We have introverted children. And while I could see Bunny doing maybe something like that, usually she will go all the way to their room
Yeah,
and yell at them. Versus Coney, our oldest, who will honestly, and our youngest, Arlie, who will shout across this whole house
sure. I can
to
see
get
that.
somebody's
I don't know.
attention.
I just feel like everything else kind of points to her not being extroverted, but
Well, the
like,
consensus online is she's extrovert. She's an ENTP.
what is Eloise Bridgerton? You guys keep talking.
But
I'm just curious.
A girl.
but she's probably my favorite of the Bridgertons. I really do and like Danbury, and I do like Penelope. I cannot stand Cressida. I did not like Marina. Um, and I'm
Poor
sure
girl.
there's some more in there, but oh yes, sure.
I can't stand Michaela.
I can't stand
Oh,
Michaela. Let's get
God, I
into that. Let's
can't
talk
stand
about that.
her.
She seemed like she didn't fit.
No,
Like
she
she
don't fit
doesn't.
Cause
because
She
she
she's a
don't.
doesn't fit.
lesbian.
I was thinking that.
It makes no sense because Francesca's whole thing is that she wants to have a kid. She wants to be a mother, and and she loves John. Like John is her like ride or die, and I feel like they really just messed that whole storyline up just to make Michael Michaela. Like
At their wedding.
it, yeah,
Right.
She
it just
meets
makes me
Michaela
so
at the wedding.
angry.
Wait. In their in her book,
Hmm.
ends up when she is with Michael, she ends up with two children with Michael, right?
She does because they have to continue the Kilmartin line.
And also marries Michael, correct?
So how is
Yeah,
that gonna ever happen
Can't,
when
that's a great question.
I guess they'll maybe Michaela will have two kids while um like in the in between or something.
I hate it. I think that they should have stuck with the story. And and what I'm seeing online is the majority of people do hate it. I haven't seen anybody be in favor of the gender swap there.
Has
Well, and
anybody
it's
go ahead.
oh no, you're fine.
I was gonna say, has anybody been in favor of those like weird LGBT liberties at all? Like with like Benedict kind of being a pansexual and like you know what I mean? Like
I feel like they're doing too much. I get inclusion, but I feel like they're trying to make it so overly prevalent that everybody has had a hand in being some sort
Hmm.
of anything other than heterosexual. I just feel like
Hmm.
it's too much. But I just felt like Michaela's character, like it was always something off about her character's interaction. But I didn't know it was a gender swap until Jack kind of brought it to my attention because again I didn't read the books. But it even then, like it just seemed so off. It just didn't seem natural, I'll say.
here's
Yeah,
a
it seems
question.
forced, like they were
Yes,
forcing
very much so.
conflict between her, like Francesca and Michaela. Like all this stuff happened in Scotland. You're like, well, what happened in Scotland? You know, and then she
Yeah.
just left. It's like what? What?
Do Do have you read Francesca's book?
I haven't read the whole thing. I've read bits and pieces of it.
So my question
It was kind
is
of a
there
boring book,
ever
truly.
any point in Francesca's story where she has a hard time being sexually satisfied by her husband?
No, she loved John. Like he was her world, and like it was.
So the pinnacle was not a problem.
No, that wasn't a thing.
Not
That
to
wasn't
him.
a thing.
But even in the show, she just didn't know what it was. I'm not gonna say that she was like she loved John. Like I don't think she loved him any less. I just think she was curious about what it was because she had never experienced it.
I
That's
feel like they felt like they had to diminish it and make all this conflict and
I
all
think
this
so
drama
too.
where it didn't need to be.
I think so too, to try to make it seem like she's more of a lesbian.
Hmm.
She's gonna love women. But I'm gonna tell you this, it all could have been solved if Violet hadn't talked about dogs. That's all I'm saying.
Poor
Wait,
Violet, give her a break.
wait. What part are we talking about?
Because she
Give
didn't teach
Violet a
her kids
break.
about sex.
Oh, Violet talked about dogs.
No, she didn't. So when Daphne came to her and asked her about it, she starts talking about basset hounds or something.
Because
And
he
she's like,
was
"Do you
Apparently
remember the
she didn't do
basset
no better
hounds?"
when
a
Francesca came.
basset.
And
So
she did not. And exactly, she didn't. She didn't. She doesn't answer the question. Well, I don't know what to tell you, Violet, because you the tea he's having that day, so you know about it.
Oh, that was weird. I didn't like that
It was
scene.
weird. A lot of
I mean,
people
Violet.
love that
she looks
part.
beautiful, but that was a weird. I didn't like
It
that scene at
was.
all.
A lot of people do love it. They are all for it. But I'm like,
The
Violet,
shirts
at
and
this point,
stuff.
Violet is my mama. Violet's everybody's
I'm gonna tell
mama.
you the truth. I don't think it's only about how old she is, or like the fact that she's the mom of all of these what eight kids.
Hmm.
Is it eight kids and or six or something like that? Like I think I would have been it would have made me cringe to hear uh freaking what's the first Daphne say that, or Penny say that, Penelope say that, or any of the other girls. It's just I'm just like,
I do find it funny that her housekeeper kicked everyone out of the house just so that could happen. Like that, it was funny. It was weird, but it was funny.
Mm,
And then not everyone was kicked out of the house because Benedict and Sophie ran back in the house.
yeah.
I did want to slap Benedict though, because I was like, "Don't talk to your mama like that." When he was like, "And you had basically," he was like, "You have the tea
I
down
know.
hall from your kids," and I was like, "And you had a man." Never mind. But I just thought that was inappropriate. You watch your mouth when you talking to your mama,
That's what I said. I said, did you forget who you talking to?
okay? And that's her house.
Cause I'm gonna tell you something. Cause if Daddy was
it's
alive,
actually not.
Didn't nobody ask you, Bugs? That's
It's
her
Anthony's
house.
it
house.
was
I'm
until
about to stamp
Viscount got
on that
married.
word.
That's
It was
fair.
until
I just wanted to be that guy.
and Kate had done said that, and Kate done said that she could stay. So,
Oh, you talking about the
That's true.
Viscountess?
As a
mhm.
guest, yeah.
But
But
honey, without her, there would be no them.
True.
What?
So I said,
I
without
did
her,
hear.
there would be no them.
I heard that Shonda Rhimes is starting to write a Violet and Edmund spin-off
I
series.
heard that.
That sounds like it would be so good.
I heard that. So it's kind of like a prequel of
Kind of like
them,
Queen
right?
Charlotte, but them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but them. I heard that. So
I
that is
generally
interesting.
I generally don't mind Violet
I don't mind
I
overall.
Violet.
like her.
I like Violet. I didn't. I blame her for not teaching her kids about
Yeah.
sex.
I wonder if that would have like how accurate that would have been for the time. Like women
Probably
not
pretty
really
accurate.
No,
no
I don't know. I didn't live them, but
I mean, she
like
I
could have
could
used some
imagine.
props.
what'd you say, Beverly?
She could
She could have used some props, like
I mean,
Mm.
Danbury
a
drew it all
stone
out
and a
for Queen
banana or
Charlotte,
something. I don't know.
Oh, not props. This
If she
is a
couldn't figure out
cucumber,
a correct analogy to use other than the basset hounds, then
right? This is a cucumber, and this is a bagel.
But
Let me show
it's
you.
funny because he used to be Bassett, before he got to be the Duke, he was Lord Bassett or whatever. So she just went with it. She went with
The
the name.
basset hounds.
Oh wow.
Oh, so
Can I also just put a criticism out there about season 2?
sure.
Like, I mean, do we
Don't
feel
touch
like
Jonathan Bailey. He was perfect.
well, I won't.
Okay.
I will try my best. Um, but I feel like K Kate, like falling off of a horse, really did a whole lot of like making everybody have amnesia because all of a sudden everything that happened before that point it was like it never happened. Like the whole like being in love with each other thing while Edwina was supposed to be the one marrying Antony and you know what I'm saying? Like um what are you looking for?
I don't think her name was Edwina. Her sister's name was Edwina in the books. Do you remember what it was, Chill?
I do not hear Jill.
We can't hear you, Joe. We don't see you, Joe.
Oh, it was.
Now you're muted.
But their last name in the books were Sheffields instead of the Sharmas. But her name
Yeah,
wasn't Edwina. So
I
that's
think Jill
interesting.
said. I think Jill had said their name was supposed to be Sheffield or something like that. Mr. Sheffield. Sorry, the nanny reference.
You couldn't
Um,
resist.
and you know I couldn't. Um,
Well, she had to close out. Oh, we're going back to it. She had to close out the season somehow by
yeah,
giving everyone amnesia to the fact
Give
that
everyone
that all
amnesia. Everybody got amnesia except for the person
yeah,
that fell and hit their head on a rock.
happened.
right.
This is gonna be a real like petty statement, but I thought Kate was just gorgeous.
Oh,
Like
Mhm.
very
breathtaking.
pretty.
And Sophie
Yeah.
was real basic. Okay, moving on.
I mean, I will be honest.
Oh, I
I
thought
thought,
Sophie was pretty.
She was pretty, but she was not breathtaking, baby. She was basic.
yeah,
Yeah, I will say I do think that she's cute, but she's
yeah.
not the prettiest girl on the show. Like I think the girl that plays Francesca is probably the prettiest girl on the show. Um,
Well, and I think I read where in I think I read, and I could be wrong for Doe and Joe, y'all can correct me. Isn't she supposed to be the prettiest sister? Doesn't it describe her as the most beautiful? I
Um,
in my research,
maybe,
I think that it's told me it said that. Um,
maybe because Daphne's supposed to be really plain, like the diamond of the season and all the stuff. That wasn't a thing. She's very plain
but
and
the girl
like
that plays her is like
normal.
one of the prettiest girls on the show too.
I will say
Yeah.
that that was good casting because they look like sisters. They look like they could be sisters.
They did.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Daphne and Francesca definitely do.
Yeah.
She
Um,
is beautiful. Hannah, whatever her last name is, she's absolutely gorgeous.
what is
And she
Sophie's?
did a great job. That whole grief stuff like that she went through this past season, like in the scene between her and Violet, like that was really well executed. She did a great
Okay,
job.
this might be a hot take, but I actually thought Posey was kind of prettier than Sophie.
She was.
Oh, Posey was
She
definitely prettier.
was.
Yeah,
Actually, both of the sisters were prettier.
yeah. Except for
Um,
That other sister, I don't know if
that
it's
other
because
sister
she was
kind
supposed
of
to be like a little villain that made her ugly, but she wasn't as cute as Posey.
I don't think
yeah. I
she was
thought
ugly. I
Posey
think she looked meaner.
She looked plain.
she did, but my biggest issue was, and this is gonna sound so mean, but her eyes were so far apart. Um, but
Now she had a fish face.
she had to Sid the Sloth, but but
Not as
Posey,
much as Rachel Zegler though.
mm,
Ugh,
she got other
can't
problems too.
stand her.
This is like the third or fourth in a row we've talked about. Oh, brown fart wad. But
Residual Zegler.
Well, in the end of the book of Benedict's and Sophie's book, like the Bridgertons kind of adopt Posey. Like you love Posey in the book too. They kind of like adopt her and let her come live with them at the end
oh,
of the book, and it's really sweet.
good. I like her.
Hmm.
In fact, one of the highlights of this season, I think, was Posey. She was kind of like a little sweet breath of fresh air, and her little talking about the dream, and you don't know what the crap she's talking about, and you're like, bless her little heart.
I will say
Yeah,
one of my favorite quotes from the show is not in the season, but I do like to just randomly say it sometimes, which is
you
inside
vex me.
himself. Inside himself where?
Insert himself, not inside himself.
Uh,
I said insert. I was doing a British accent,
I
not
thought you said
inside.
inside. I thought you said
Insert
inside too.
himself. Insert himself where?
Um,
That was the best scene.
um, what
He
great
makes a
what
funny noise and then we go to bed.
what trips me up, what I think what mentally messes me up and scars me is the idea that Cho Chang is playing the evil stepmother in this.
Yeah.
But
I
she
think
did a
that's
great job.
She did, but I'm like,
is she
you are not that
old
old.
enough? Yeah. Like that I kind of maybe it's just because we know her and she's aged pretty gracefully. Like she just doesn't seem like she's old enough to have three daughters that are in their at least 18 to mid 20s. You know what
Well,
I mean?
she's 38 in real life.
I guess
I was looking
for the
that up.
time
Yeah,
period, maybe it
Well,
is
yeah.
realistic.
And well, one of them's not hers.
Fair.
true.
So I don't know how, but at the same time, I'm like, she doesn't. I didn't think she looked old enough, but she did a great job playing it. She made you hate her.
Hmm.
And she enjoyed playing the villain, which we hated her as Cho Chang, let's don't lie. And
That's
so,
because we barely got to know her as Cho Chang.
well,
Mhm.
and then she, told on him, and even though it was under like a spell or whatever, she still
Right.
told.
Yeah.
I don't care. I held that against her. Um,
You should have been stronger.
yeah, that's what I thought. Um, but this season I felt like was a little bit of a cluster because I mean, it was a Cinderella ripoff, but I think it knows that it is. Like I mean, it's meant to be.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it is very self-aware.
But then you have, um, you know, I think I've already said that Benedict was already kind of he was kind of a jerk. He was a rake until up until he gets to this season, and then all of a sudden, oh, he falls in love with a servant girl. But he don't know he falls in love with a girl in silver. He's chasing her around. He's looking at everybody's mouth, but he can't figure out that this is her that he spent all this time with, and she's a servant, but he kind of
And
fall in
she
love with
had a
her.
very prominent, like a very distinguishable mouth. Like you could easily tell,
Yeah.
like all these girls' mouths were significantly larger than her mouth.
Yeah.
Um,
But I'm like, why you can't figure this out?
and
But
maybe that was kind of part like sometimes whenever I see that those moments, it seemed like he was like saying no, but it doesn't seem to match. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of felt like that in a lot of those
but
scenes.
they didn't play into that, so you can't really like. I'm like,
They
oh,
didn't make it
oh,
clear, at least.
and then they
Yeah,
didn't never do play
yeah.
into it. So I'm like, he just stupid. But
It was.
but
He
then
is just blind.
but so and then you get to
The
that mid
Bridgerton guys kind of
season.
all have that in common. They do stupid
Mhm.
stuff.
Then you get to that mid season where he
Oh,
pops the question
Oh
of,
God.
you want to be my mistress?
"Will you be my mistress?" Yes.
I knew it was coming, and I knew that's where they were going to end
Which
it.
apparently happens originally at the lake.
Yeah,
Is
it
that right?
happens at my cottage.
Like
In the
after
books.
he just got done swimming or whatever, right?
Yeah, and
Am I
they
wrong?
really they lean into the fact of like her mom was a mistress, like that felt like that was more of a the whole reason why she didn't feel like she could do it because she didn't want to end up like her mom. Like she knew that was what it was.
I really wanted her to be the heiress. I know we done talked about that. I really want that to be the reveal.
Right?
I thought really, you know, he had didn't because doesn't in the books does he have a sister or something that's dead like her dad?
I I don't
What
remember.
now?
The dress and stuff is her grandma's
Yeah,
in the books, but I don't
I
know.
was, but I don't know,
I
but
don't know about a sister.
there should have been like a she because he calls her his ward.
Hmm
She should have been like his brother, his
There
sister's
could have been a much better backstory there instead of a
daughter, and
measly
she.
conversation in the side of a room when I'm just gonna tell you this is cousin to make her legitimate. They
Mm-hmm.
could have done more.
Though Queen Charlotte laughing about it was kind of great. Um, Here's a question. Was her mother a commoner in the book?
Yeah, she was a maid.
Okay. I thought you had told me she was a noble woman and it was an affair or something
I
like
thought
that.
she, yeah, I thought she was, but she was a maid. So I only read through Benedict's book once. I've read Penelope and Eloise's book twice.
You read which
Benedict I
one
only read
twice?
through
Penelope
Eloise
and
and
Eloise.
Penelope, but I only read through Benedict's once.
That's because Eloise and Penelope are really good characters. I don't know about in
Hmm
the books, but
Oh, Eloise's book is so good. I cannot wait. It's so
Um,
good.
they went slightly out of order in
Oh, they went crazy out of order.
because, well, the Duke and I is first,
Yep, and then the Viscount Who Loves Me,
and then
and then it's supposed
Benedict.
to be Benedict, and then Penelope and Colin, Eloise, Francesca, Gregory. I don't know if I haven't
Gregory.
read the
No, Gregory's last.
Gregory.
I know Gregory's last. So,
Hyacinth and Gregory. I
so
haven't read
they,
their books because I still see them as children and I can't read.
so
I
if I'm,
can't read that.
so it starts with Daphne, and then after that they go alphabetical order until Hyacinth and Gregory.
Yeah,
So I think that's correct.
yeah, I think
Gregory.
Gregory. Yeah, I can't read their books. They're too young in my brain. I no,
No,
I
what's
don't.
creepy to
I don't
me
want to
was
read that.
creepy to me if the girl that plays Hyacinth,
Does a new team?
yeah, like
I
because
mean,
she was how
honestly,
old when this show started?
I mean, the same thing with Gregory too, because they've been showing a whole lot of men, but
Yeah, they do. They be
Mhm.
showing them man butts.
But
We
by the
got a
time they get
close
to
up
their
of
scenes,
Benedict's
they're
butt.
gonna be like close to be in their 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the girl
I
that
mean,
plays
she's
Hyacinth is
18 now
19. I think she's 19,
or
isn't she?
19 now. Yeah,
Like,
I'm pretty sure she was 11 when it started. I think that's what they said. She was
that's
either 9 or
creepy.
11.
Yeah. They got what, 4 more seasons?
Hmm.
But for them
No.
to do all of this building up to this fourth season release, and for them not to give us a backstory on how that child is legitimate, I
Yeah.
feel robbed.
Yeah.
Y'all
I,
summed it up in a conversation.
mm.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna let it go.
And then
Well,
for
yeah.
them to be like, "Oh, we're cousins," no, and she's like, "No, we're sisters." And old Cho Chang's still over there eating sour grapes. She mad about it the whole time. I'm just because she was gonna lose everything of hers. I'm the same. I was like, this should have been a better thing. And they waited until the very end. Like with all the other ones, you kind of got more of like Daphne's married like halfway through, and then
Hmm.
there's after-marital problems. Same thing with Penelope and them, but they wait to the very daggum last to even figure things out. I was like, y'all dragging this one out a little bit,
And did.
and did.
Well, they had to. That book wasn't that long. They had to
I mean,
add
they
all
did the
this
same
extra
thing.
stuff
They did
to
a
it.
very similar thing in season 2 because you don't even see the
They
marriage
don't
in
get
season
married.
2.
But you knew that they were like it was a little different from me because I think it was very clear that they were in love, but she was fighting for her sister and all that kind of stuff. Versus this whole um, I'm looking for the girl in silver, and she's like, we can't be together. No. Oh, will you be my side chick? Oh, And I was
That sounded like she said, "Yeah,"
she basically did on that stairwell, but
before the question was asked anyway.
before the question was asked, I mean, she said yeah a few other times too,
Um,
without saying yeah to it.
Hmm.
but I mean, I think they're. I mean, I'm going to probably piss off a bunch of people with this statement, but I think these problems are common problems in romance stories, period. Um, these lack of realistic scenarios, and I mean, it's Akatar is riddled with it, and it is. I'm sorry, but it is, and
Leave my book alone.
leave my book alone. Um, and Buck has
Keep
confirmed that it is a
my
problem in
book's
fourth.
name.
Not Buck, but Jack has acknowledged that it is a problem in Fourth Wing, and so like it's just there's when it comes to like romance stories, there is this um very unrealistic approach to how people handle things.
Well,
Very
it's not like
exaggerated.
that in Throne of Glass, but none of the men in this room want to read that series.
We
So,
don't. Um,
No.
but
for shame.
now I'm not saying all romance is like that, but a lot of what I've seen
Test,
is like
test.
that. Oh, hey, Jill.
She's back.
Jill lost signal there for a minute.
Her microphone wasn't working. Um, but so you what were you trying to say, Jill? Since you were trying to talk and your microphone wasn't working.
Not seeing the wedding in the book. Well, we don't see it in the show in season 2, but we do see it in the book. It's very different.
The
Well,
wedding.
The wedding.
The Edwina wedding doesn't happen in the book at all, right?
No,
They don't
not
even
at
like
all.
each other when they get married. Like
No.
from what I remember, Anthony doesn't even really like realize that he loves Kate until like the last chapter. Like he walks out the door, he turns around, he sees her, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I do love her." And you're like,
So this rushed love thing is
"What?"
just a problem with the source material.
I guess so.
Hmm.
Mm.
But you are right, like, all romances are very illogical, and the women are dumb, and the men are overly, like, gallant and not
Even Jane
realistic.
Austen stuff is like that. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
well,
just
she was a little crazy.
well, don't say that because you will offend a lot of people. But like
I'm not on this podcast that often, so.
but Doe made me watch is it Pride and Prejudice?
Ugh,
With the whole
The
classic,
Keira Knightley Pride and Prejudice is
yeah,
so
like and
good.
I'm like this is not
classic.
realistic. Like like
I don't
and
care.
don't
I
get me
don't
wrong.
care.
I know all storytelling takes liberties with realism. Like but some things are just ridiculous. And it's just I don't know. I don't know.
I could
Well,
watch that version of Pride and Prejudice every single day and never get bored.
Just all of a
so
I
sudden
love that movie.
after all this
I'm
stuff, she just looks up and Mr. Darcy's just walking in the sunrise. And
I'm gonna say something that because I actually said this to Jill like today. We were talking about something, and we were talking about these kinds of stories, and I was like, Pemberley and this other girl that we knew, and um, Buck, you'll know who I'm talking about. Who she actually came and stayed with us for a little bit.
mhm.
Um, and they always want to write these love stories, and neither one of them have ever been in a relationship. They don't know what love is, and so all they know is these types of stories, like Jane Austen, who, by the way, was never married. And so
That is true.
they have what they are doing is they fall in love with the idea of love, and they don't know what love actually is. They don't know what a true relationship actually is. It's all these fanciful stories and a little bit
Well,
much.
there's a very my biggest problem with romance in general is this very unrealistic depiction of men. And I know there's a gripe about women in like fantasy written by men and that kind of stuff. But and most of the time that's like, oh, women are helpless, blah 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 blah. But like there's this and I have a problem with that too, by the way. Just want to clarify that. But
Mm.
there's this weird depiction of like let's just say it like it is. There's a
There's you said something different.
yeah. There is a savior complex by the female characters in romance stuff. In Bridgerton, every single person, even like Colin, who is kind of depicted in every season, but like other than the one that his romance is in, like he's a jerk in his season, but every other season he's like this like kind of naive, noble acting guy every single time, like the high ground every single time. But in his season, he's like, oh no, like I want to be the writer. Oh no, you did this to my family. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like Anthony, like is a heartless jerk. So is Simon, and freaking Benedict is a rake.
Well, they're all rakes. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They're
Um,
all rakes in different ways, and except the girls all have to be chased.
yeah,
It's
and
because women like to to do
flirt with the
missionary
bad
dating,
guy.
and women like to think
Like
that
they
they
like
can
to do
change
what
people.
now?
She
Missionary
said,
date.
I'm sure they do like to do that.
I thought she
Um,
said missionary things, and I was not sure where
that's
we were
part
going
of
with
it.
that.
That's what I heard
Um,
you.
Y'all don't like
Missionary
doggy?
date. They
yeah,
like to
missionary
think
happens in dating sometimes.
they can
Doggy?
change people
Cowgirl?
and they can fix people. That's the bad thing about women.
However,
We're
it's always
fixers.
like, but no, they're so good at heart. Oh, Resand, he's like this crazy, like, oh, everybody, he's the high
Calm
fae
down.
of the night, the high lord of the night
Is that
court, and
Akatar?
that's Akatar,
Yes.
Lord of
and
Roses stuff?
yeah,
I didn't know because I thought you said something about resand, and I was like,
yeah.
did the sand come out of the hourglass? We got to resand it now.
Oh, but no, when you get to know him, he's really a super noble guy, and this whole time it's just been a front. And he's really a really nice guy with a really hard, long
I
schlong.
mean, I think that's oh, good lord.
I mean, that's the story.
They
That's the
do
story.
that. Buck had said that that was what they said. Like that was they talked about the size, and they do the same
Yeah,
thing in Following.
yeah.
Uh,
Like I'm pretty sure in Mist and Fury, not Mist and Fury, Silver Flames. I'm pretty sure it's described as like the size of the guy's of her forearm.
well, that would tear her open.
Yes, it would. And like
It doesn't sound enjoyable.
Beverly,
I mean, yeah.
that does sound like work.
Let me just preface this
Sound like
with
work.
That sound like
all
surgery.
of that stuff that they add in could be taken out and the story would still I still would like the story. Okay.
You
Sure.
would. However,
I
there's a
would.
lot of like I would say the majority of the readers you take it out and they think it sucks. And like
Well, then there's a problem with them.
she
Well,
said
there's a
it, I
reason
didn't
why that's
say it.
known. There's a reason why why that kind of stuff is known as like the lady porn, right?
Yeah.
It's porn for women. Not
Calling
necessarily
it
that's
porn is offensive, Jack.
oh corn. So
No, I mean even that,
I
even
know,
that.
I know, I know. I was being funny because that's my job. But but I don't know. I think there were a lot of problems with this season. Just getting back on topic. Um, bring it, and then of course we've already talked about Michaela, the switch from Michael to Michaela, and they're preparing that for the next. Michaela will have now been in 3 seasons, only seen in one, pretty much.
This shows the
Um,
very last, like one of the last
yeah,
scenes in season 3.
yeah, and then
I told Buck that my interpretation of them choosing to put Francesca before Eloise is I think that they might be a little scared that people aren't going to like and they're gonna the Francesca season and they're gonna get a lot of backlash on it. But they
mm,
know that people are gonna love Eloise's season because they've already that's all over my Twitter is that people upset that it's not Eloise. So I think personally they're putting her first because they know that if they do Eloise first, then no one will watch the Francesca season. So
mm.
they want to do like have the Francesca season go first, have that storyline arc go, and then if they lose people in that season, they know that they'll get them back for the Eloise season.
I
That's
think they
my
should have just
thought
done
process.
what they were doing with Francesca and just let her stuff be told alongside everybody else's rather than giving her her own season.
Well, they've already signed for that many seasons,
Yeah.
and they're doing it by the books. Like not
Yeah, but
she
isn't
gets her own book.
all the stuff that's happened with Francesca already is all in her book, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think they're gonna have to add in the timeline of Marina dying and
spoiler
Eloise
alert.
and Phillips and yeah, sorry, and
I
Eloise and
mean,
Phillips
we'll
start
just have to put spoilers on
or us
the
just
title.
see that she's writing somebody, but maybe we not know that it's Philip yet. Like they're gonna have to add that in because apparently there's a 2-year time jump from the end of this season to the start of the next season. Like they're jumping ahead of time,
Well, I'm just
and
saying,
so
by the time we get to Eloise, the actress is going to be too old to play her.
she's only 36.
Only 36. Only
She's been
36. The
in her
character's
30s
like
and
what?
late 20s the whole time.
She'll be 38.
Yeah,
Like,
and
but the
she's supposed to be in
character,
her
we're 4
20s.
years into the story. Like, um, we're 4 years into the
She's supposed to
story.
be an old Spencer.
And Daphne's 21, right? Whenever she enters into society, is that right? Or is she 19?
Mm, I think she's 18 or 19.
Um, and Eloise is supposed to be like a year or two younger than Daphne is. So if we're 4 years into it, Daphne was 17 or
Oh, it says
18.
she was 21 in the
She
first season.
Okay.
who
Either
was
way, Daphne was.
the
Yeah,
character,
Daphne
but
was.
the character, but the actor that plays Eloise was always older than Daphne.
No, she's depicted as Daphne's younger sister.
I thank you. I know that. I said the character is younger, but the actress is older than the actress that played Daphne.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood. Yeah,
So she's supposed to be
she was like
28 in her book.
30 when she's supposed to be 28 in her book.
In her book, when her book starts, she's 28.
I don't know. I mean, if we're like 2 years off from her getting her season, like I don't know. I think she's already starting to look too old. Like not that she's not pretty, but she looks older than the character is. Like
So you think old people ain't
Don't
pretty?
shame
that,
Claudia
you're the
Jesse. She's
worst. That's
amazing.
not what I said.
Well, you said I
She
think she's getting too old. Not that she's not
okay, okay.
pretty.
So should we? I guess everybody should have been shaming Andrew
Ageist.
Garfield. Everybody was shaming
Ageist.
Andrew Garfield whenever they're saying, "Oh, he's 30. He can't play. He can't play a 17-year-old." Like, oh, that's so bad.
No, saying that
No,
saying
he's
that he's too old
ugly.
to that they didn't say that. You're trying to you're trying to compare apples and
It's
oranges.
the same thing. I'm saying the same thing.
Yeah, but they didn't say it's not that he's not good looking
Well, you just said old people can't be pretty. That's what I was responding to.
because you said not that she's not pretty. She's too old to play the character. Not that she's not pretty. As if
Well, I didn't mean to say that. I
I
don't
think
remember
Claudia
saying
Jesse
that.
is
I
so
believe that I
funny.
said that, but
I think you're
um,
right though, Doe. I think people are gonna not watch the next season and then they'll come back for
that's my
Eloise's
plan.
season.
Hmm.
That's kind of how I'm not gonna care anything. I don't want to watch a bunch of lesbian love romance.
So I've got a question that's going to be really sad. Um, since we're talking about ages and we're talking about how long this is going to take, Julie Andrews is 90.
hmm.
Hmm.
And
Well,
so
did
she's
we
the
get a
voice.
Julie Andrews voice at the very end when she's writing her new stuff?
Yep.
We
No, I
did.
thought I thought we got a Penelope voice.
No, Penelope did, but then a new person takes up
Mr.
writing
No
Lady
Whistledown.
Whistledown.
Oh
Just don't
yeah.
replace it
So
with
it's
AI.
back to being
Yeah.
Julie.
I think it's going to be Mondridge. I think it's going to be Alice. They've got to
Can
give
you?
her some sort of arc. I think
Yeah.
it's going to be
And
Alice
I
because she's
like
not in the
that. We
books at
didn't talk at
all.
all about that character, but she's a really good character. I like her.
Yeah. So you think she's going to be the new Whistledown? Let's talk
Hmm.
about that. Who do you think the new Whistledown is? So
I think it's
you,
either going to be Alice or they're going to throw in Hyacinth.
I wondered Hyacinth because that whole little switch
Ooh.
up that they've made with her,
It's
but
gonna
I
be
Hmm.
also feel like
Sophie.
but
It's
and
that
she's
guy. It's that guy.
but
Sophie.
some people have I've heard other people say oh, I can't think of his name. We just talked about him. The Queen's man,
Brimsley?
Brimsley.
Brimsley.
But a lot of people were saying that it wouldn't make sense and the I think they said the one-armed girl too. But they've
Oh,
said it
she was
doesn't
fun.
they don't make sense because the servants even though they might would hear gossip from servants, they're not always around and they don't have time to
Oh, I've heard Volley, Volley,
Oh, Varley?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
which one's
the
Farley?
the
The
housemaid for
Featheringtons
the
from
Oh yeah,
Featheringtons.
the Featheringtons.
I've heard her too. I mean, I think that could work because they hyped up the whole bit about how Portia got all of her gossip from her, and
But we
Portia's
know it
bored.
can't be Cressida because she done tried.
Well, she's got her house and her lavender marriage. She's all
Yeah.
happy as
No, it's
can be.
pink.
Oh, true.
I wonder if it could be Hyacinth, like, and
I
because
just
that
thought
would
she's
be
too
that would be
young.
shocking. Like
Yeah.
because and like how could she know? How could she know this? And you find out maybe she's been sneaking into these things all this whole time, and like
Well,
that's
Hmm.
they
one of
made it so that she can. They made
Yeah.
it so that she can appear as like a servant in this season
well,
and
yeah,
unnoticed. So and she doesn't start writing until after that scene. So
that's
it could
fair.
be. It could
Yeah,
be. However, I still feel like she may be a little young for that. But she
Because her
that could
mama won't even let her read it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now we know that they have been reading them.
Hmm.
I think if it is her, it would be like a big red herring kind of scenario because like she's
Sure.
depicted as probably the most naive of all the Bridgertons, and like
She's
but
not though. That girl's smart.
But yeah, like, but you get that one moment of like really like standing up to Eloise and seeming kind of wiser than
I'd love for
her
it to be
age.
Eloise.
Um, yeah,
She's clever enough to do it, and so that might be why they would not do it because you would
I thought
suspect
it was
her.
her before it came out.
Yeah. Lady Danbury would be a good choice, but I don't think they would do that.
I don't think Lady
And
Danbury's going to be in it anymore.
Yeah,
she's going
they're
she
making her leave for a little while. She
for
might
a
come
little bit.
back.
They from what I've read, she's going to be back.
Like consistently though.
They say she's going to be in the season. They're continuing the story. I'm going to guess that she'll be in the season 2 of Queen Charlotte,
Queen
Before
Charlotte.
before we close up, by the way,
and maybe that's why.
I do want to point out one thing about this season that really bothered me, about season 4 that really bothered me. So Anthony and Kate show back up, and then all of a sudden they have disappeared again.
Yeah,
Yeah, where'd they go?
Where the heck
yeah.
they go?
I thought the
Like,
same thing.
why was Benedict doing the funeral rather than Anthony when then Anthony just showed up like two scenes before or two episodes before
Yep.
that
I
whole
thought you
thing
was gonna
happened.
say something about that cute white baby. Because that baby
He
ain't
was
have
really
a lip
cute.
I actually did say I was like that baby doesn't look like their kid.
at all. That baby was adorable.
Yeah.
He
Listen,
was
I
so
can't.
cute.
I can't tell.
It
All
wasn't
they
they
have
baby.
all them babies in there, and you can't tell them apart.
Well, I mean, I guess every baby's kind of lighter skinned than they might end
That
up
baby
being.
was a baby.
I'm just
That
trying to
wasn't
make it
a
make
newborn
sense.
now. That was
I'm
a
just trying
baby
to
now.
make it make sense.
That baby was old enough to. That baby was
Mm.
old enough to have a color.
True.
It's very true.
She,
That
it's
cute
old enough to
white
win.
baby.
It's old enough to win, win,
Whoever
win.
baby that was.
It's old enough to colic. It's old enough to color. That's all she gotta say.
I'm just saying. Just put a little time in the sun.
You know that they only wanted to pay in their production schedule to have Kate there for 2 weeks and have Anthony there for 3. You
Yeah,
know.
I can imagine that Jonathan Bailey's salary expectations have gone up quite a lot
Yeah.
in the last year or two.
Do you think that was this filmed during this around the same time as Wicked or anything that might have
No,
been
Wicked was before.
conflicting? Okay.
But it might have been filmed around the same time as
Like right after.
Jurassic World.
Oh yeah.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, because I heard
I
for
forget that.
season 3, he was practicing his Wicked stuff while they were filming for season 3, and then he went and filmed Wicked after season 3. So I don't know, he might have been doing Jurassic World, or
Because they
he
filmed
did like King Lear or something too in London.
both
some point.
Wicked movies like continuously, right?
Yeah, they spent 2 years filming.
Like it wasn't like they took a break in between the movies. Didn't we say that in the Wonderful to Wicked episode?
And they
Am I
didn't
wrong?
do it in order
I
either.
don't-
They mixed and matched the
Kind of like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They didn't do it in order. They didn't finish one movie and then start the next movie. They did them simultaneously. Which would be so confusing.
Yeah, they filmed
Gosh.
them both at the same time. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I know that I because we talked about favorite characters and everything. Mine, and I said that I love Lady Danbury. I said that Eloise was my favorite Bridgerton. But my favorite, like from all of the interviews and stuff that I've watched, my favorite of the actors is Eloise's actress. She's hilarious.
Now that girl
Claudia Jesse.
like crazy extroverted in real life. It's
She's
wild.
hilarious.
Yeah. But she does kind of always look like she's dealing with allergies in one of her eyes, because she's kind of got like a bit of like a lazy eye, and it looks like it's watering all the time.
Well, she says that one eye could go straight up and down, and the other one can go full 360. So that's a one of her
Oh, does she have like a
interviews.
stigmatism or something like that?
I guess so.
Well,
That's
good
not
job.
a
Good
stigmatism.
job, Buck, at making fun of somebody's disability.
I don't know if that's a
Right.
stigmatism. That sounds like that's a lazy eye. That is
I don't know.
or being cockeyed.
No, no, her. I don't think her eyes. Well, does her eyes do her eyes drift?
Well, she said they
She says
could.
one goes straight up and down, and the other one can go a full 360. Is what she says.
She got a
It's in
glass
one of the
eye.
interviews. I don't know.
Oh, that was like my ink test.
He just
Um,
said that because she was Disney.
Shut up, Beverly. I don't know anything about eye disorders.
we could tell. We noticed just then.
It's pretty prevalent.
It's not one of the topics that I'm versed in.
On the
Oh,
next podcast.
On the next podcast,
Eye disorders.
optometry.
Y'all taking eye exams.
oh me. All right, y'all. Is there anything y'all want to add?
We've been talking for 2 hours about it. I think.
I know.
We haven't even mentioned the Bridgerton bee. That's my favorite thing. I love me some Bridgerton bees.
Oh yeah, I like the bee too.
The
I
bee,
love the bee.
Like
Mhm.
the
little
thing that
symbol.
killed their daddy.
It's like the whole symbol of the show.
It is. I love a Bridgerton bee.
If you see people driving around with bees on their car and stuff like that, it usually means Bridgerton for some reason.
I didn't know that because used to a bumblebee meant like being able to do things that you weren't supposed to be able. Like y'all never heard this? A bumblebee's wings are too small for its body to be able to actually fly. So a lot of Christians would use that as symbolism to mean like kind of like I can do all things, even though that's taken out of context. But that kind of that I can do things that I'm not meant to do, but with the help of God, apparently. Yeah.
That's
I don't think
lovely.
I
But
ever
if I
knew
see
that.
a bee, I think Bridgerton now.
Well, now,
Every
Which is
bee,
not.
every single one, every kind
Every
of
bee.
wasp, hornets.
but growing up, I had heard that early on. So bumblebees always kind of, if I see like pins and stuff, that's what they symbolize because that's what a lot of people meant by that. Interestingly enough, or not.
Or not. Okay.
I said or not.
I know.
All right. Well, thank y'all all for being here in our burrow, except for Buck. And we are we just
Burn it
appreciate y'all
down.
and have it's in the underground. We're gonna burn it underground.
It's well, the tree's not
Burn it
underground.
up, I guess.
The
then.
tree is made of wood and it's above ground. I'll burn that part. The door's in the tree. It's in
Well,
the
then I'm not
trailer.
gonna invite you back over then.
Well, we're not gonna have a
Why you
podcast
got an
anymore.
invite to the cookout yet?
I'm
Because I'll-
burning down trees. Only you can stop wildfires.
That's
Buddy.
right. You can prevent. You can prevent wildfire.
I'm the homeless rabbit over here, and my best friend's not even let me stay in his freaking.
You are not homeless.
You don't
You
know.
have your own
I
burrow.
get kicked
do
out of
know.
here. You don't know. We could live out in the wilderness.
I do know.
I'm not
I've
a
been-
wilderness rabbit.
No, she's not.
And I've been to your burrow.
Not her calling.
No.
I've been
Not
to your
her
burrow.
calling.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
Down and down the rabbit hole.